You got your stuff sorted out this week?
Yeah, laptop's persona non grata, computer non grata. Anyway, I'm on my father-in-law's laptop.
Oh, do not go into one of those folders.
It says here it's just marked taxes 2012.
That's the worst one. Stay away!
No, I'm opening and it says there's a subfolder here. It says retirement plan, and it's just a picture of me.
Hey, quick aside, when you're reading numbers, does a voice in the back of your head shout other numbers? And is that normal? Am I okay? Salt, why are we here? What's up?
Sometimes when I write numbers, if I'm trying to write the number 183, I go 8, and then I go back to the left of it and write 1, and then go 3, and then I keep writing. And at boarding school, somebody, because you watch people write on the whiteboards all the time, saw me do that. We're like, did you just have a stroke? What did you just do? I was like, yeah,
Not
sorry.
actual boarding school, in case we have any new listeners.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, when I was getting academically tortured for 6 months last year. Hey, everybody, what's going on? My name is Salt, capital SALT, and this is the place where we talk tips, tricks, and provide that sense of community out there for everybody who loves this game just as much as we do. And apologies if my audio track sounds weird and echoey, because, yeah, this is a non-standard setup for me out here in Pensacola, Florida this week.
Back home.
Back in it, and man, I gotta tell you,
Back in the Pico.
You haven't even asked how my week went, but magnificent. We did the McGuire's 5K this morning, and for everybody who's like, "Oh my God, you did a 5?" No, I walked a 5K and drank beer while I did it.
Wow, what a hard life you live.
It's rough. How was your week?
Out there, it's been really kind of nuts for me. Everyone, obviously, you tune in this Pokemon themed podcast, you're like, could this guy talk a little bit about like being a 32-year-old trying to make his way in a world of middle management? So good news, everyone. I'm not going to do that, but the big bosses were in town, had to put out some fires, impress some people, standard corporate nonsense, but it was good. I'm friends with all those guys too. So, and I do say guys because it's 2020. We're not all the way there yet across the world, but we'll get there maybe someday, or we won't. It's sad, Salt, but all those guys are the best. I love them, and it was a good week. It was fun, fulfilling, and Pokemon was interspersed in between me just like not being able to be in my house when the sun was also in the sky, because I was like a one of those Japanese businessmen you hear about that just didn't see his family for like 5 days.
Oh, you're just getting it with the work?
I was just getting it. We went to the rodeo. I'll tell you what, though. Here's another quick aside. Sorry. I took a colleague of mine who's from Israel to the rodeo.
I'm going to guess he loved it.
It's like, when you see something through someone else's eyes, you just realize how strange. The first thing we walked up on was the mutton busting tent. There was like a pavilion.
Oh, yeah.
Just mutton
he was
busting.
not ready for that.
He was not ready. If you guys don't know what mutton busting is, we don't have time to go into it, but I strongly encourage you to Google it. And if there's any sort of like singular rodeo experience, that would be it.
Yeah. I actually miss going to the rodeo. I liked it quite a bit. But hey, you may notice Nar mentioning we don't have a lot of time. This is going to probably be a little bit shorter of an episode this week because 2 reasons. One, I've got a family dinner that I have to get to, and compounding the problem, my nap went a little long.
Oh no.
Yeah, and then also some technical details getting everything set up. So I ran a little bit shorter on time than I wanted to. And by technical details, I mean I insinuated that maybe Peva should go to the grocery store without me, and that apparently was wrong.
No, that was a bad choice you made.
That was a dumb thing I said right out loud.
So you said, I've planned this dinner, and I would like you to go to the store, and I would like to stay here and take a nap.
Yeah. Oh, no. I said I would like to stay here and record a Pokemon podcast with my brother. Either answer, I feel like, was bad.
To quote the religious scholar Admiral Akbar, that's a trap, son.
Yeah, 100% a trap. All right, you ready to get into the news this week?
Yeah, let's do it. We had, despite our busy weeks, a bumpin' Pokemon Go week as well.
Everybody was busy.
Stuff happening.
Everybody was busy.
Let's talk a little bit about the eternal mystery, which is what's going on with the Spotlight and Mysterious Bonus Hour.
It is not for you to know.
It is just for it to be
So what is
decided. But I
yeah,
think,
basically like there's a glowing orb at Niantic headquarters and they just go to it like averting their eyes every week like
ooh, Salt, you're
what
not
should
supposed
we
to talk
do?
about the orb. Salt,
Yeah.
salt, salt.
Oh,
Cut it here, Vidant.
we're not going to get
Cut the
sponsored.
file.
It's just
That
that's
there
what the
goes
mystery
that.
is. The mystery is that and they just ask what should we do this week and something's wrong with the orb, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I guess maybe it's not wrong because it looks like we've returned to form this last Tuesday, right? We're going to just do up the spawns Tuesday nights up big like we did right before they took a little break, and we had XP on Thursday. So it looks like if you're looking for weeknight play times, they're really trying to center you around. We've got a little midweek thing happening here, right? We got the spotlight. It's not really a spotlight, it's more of a rave. Everyone going. We got a raid hour on Wednesday.
It's a
and
flash mob. Remember those?
Oh, yeah. What was, like, is that so 2005?
Yeah, it was like Harlem Shake.
No, that was 2013, I want to
No,
say.
flash mobs were in we were in college.
Yeah, but Harlem Shake was like a
2013.
resurgence of the flash mob.
Yeah.
Equally lame, but still.
No, it wasn't lame. It was just something that would be briefly interesting on the internet, and then for 6 months after it wasn't cool anymore, be co-opted for like your local dentist's office viral ad campaign that got shared on 3 people's Facebook.
It's like a Karen being like, "We're gonna be a meme." You're like, that's not.
Yes,
how that
Karen,
works.
you will be a me.
Well, yeah, but for a different thing. What? Okay, I think we've talked these to death. But do you think let's do something different here? Here to stay?
I think here to stay.
Yeah, forever and ever.
Forever,
And
ever?
as soon as they go away, people can blame you.
Yeah,
Because you said you promised.
dude, 100%.
Feels good.
I
Like,
keep getting
that feels really
I
good.
keep getting text messages from my friends at Captain Camp. Are like, what are we doing tonight? Are we drinking? What are we doing? And I'm like, I'm in Florida.
Did you get put in charge of morale again?
Oh yeah, I'm squarely in charge of morale
How do we always land that position?
because it's just so much fun.
Oh yeah,
I'm not gonna do like other work.
Nah, I don't think so. What about Darkrai? I've got to confess,
Not
I
in
briefly
charge of
referred to-
morale. Darkrai is not in charge of the legendary T5 raid cookouts.
no, that ain't happening. He's
Let me
hosting
think about which Pokemon would be.
0 chili cook-offs. This guy, I referred to him as the Pokemon Devil, and I feel like that was wrong. So if Giratina is the Pokemon Devil, what is Darkrai?
He's the Grim Reaper. He's the thing that brings the souls to Giratina.
Okay, like a little, like a ferryman, and he's like, hey,
Yeah,
because
because Giratina is locked in the Z dimension or whatever, and Darkrai is like hee, and it's like squirrels out and grabs like a bunch of feared or whatever.
Okay, and then the Giratina monster eats them.
Yes,
Yeah,
and that's how
that
you get
feels right.
altered form, because the Giratina grows legs from the extra
He
from being
becomes
extra
a big
corpulent.
boy. Well, Darkrai's out and about from March 6th through the 9th at 10 p.m. So that's going to be, what, Monday at 10 p.m.? Yeah?
Yeah,
You've
that's
got a
a long
chance to go
weekend.
get them Darkrai out and about. Have you gotten a chance to do any of these yet? I'm
I have
planning
not.
on. So
No,
we're recording
I'm
on
so disconnected from any
Saturday.
kind of raid community out here.
In Picola, you're back home.
Yeah, but I don't have like the P-Cola Facebook group anymore or anything like that.
Wow.
I gotta hope I run into somebody.
You in Hollywood. You just deleted that off your phone? What happened?
No, because remember when I left here,
It all
raids
fell
were
apart?
only 2.5 months old when I left here.
Oh, yeah. Wow. It's been that long.
I know. I've been gone a long time.
Well, the good news is you don't need a lot of people to take down Darkrai. Not a tanky Pokemon. That's not stretching it. Really, 3-4 trainers, you could do it pretty easy.
Oh
I
yeah,
think,
especially
so.
if you're rocking at some maxed out Conkeldurr. I mean, of course Machamps work just as well, but really a couple maxed out fighting Pokemon, you're gonna beat this guy down pretty good. Especially depending on his moveset. If he's rocking like a Focus Blast or something like that, really anything but Shadow Ball, you're gonna be okay.
Yeah. It's not a powerhouse in terms of raid bosses, but that's good because the shiny form, I know people are after it. Didn't get a chance to talk to you last week about the shiny form. Any thoughts on kind of purple
I love it.
fabulous?
I think it generated quite a bit of excitement. I think I've seen a lot of traffic on Twitter, people being really excited when they get theirs, which ultimately is what you want the tier 5 Pokemon to do.
Concur. And we'll see the same raid weekend
confirm.
repeat next weekend, can confirm, with Giratina. So we'll be hunting.
Yeah,
I think
I'm really trying to get me a Giratina.
But here's my thing. Like, I want better Giratina. Let's maybe save them and trade them, but I just got that secondary charge move. I just don't know where I'll ever
I got a
Giratina.
Ultra League Giratina
Again.
that I'm gonna keep, but maybe my Master League. But right now, I think our next lucky trade is pretty much locked up on Dialga, I would assume.
Yeah, probably. Though I would love a Lucario for just taking out all these rocket bosses that we'll talk about later. Yeah, I think there's a lot of different things you could do with it. Really, I don't think Giratina has the CP to do in the Master League, so I think it's really going to just be an Ultra League kind of thing. And if you're squared away there, then it's like, okay. You could min-max it probably till the cows come home, or I guess the Tauros come to the barn, but I just don't think I'll do that.
Yeah, I can't see me
Stardust.
doing it either. So much dust. And candy,
Brutal.
honestly, is becoming a bit
But
of a problem.
I want that shiny real bad. So while I'm kind of like, I like Darkrai, I'll do some probably tomorrow. I think I'm strapping up for Giratina. Like I'm going to go hard for that one next weekend.
Yeah. Anything else in the raid stable there catching your eye? I know a lot of people still holding out for some Trubbish, seeing that getting some popularity and some love in T1, Tier 4, kind of especially on the ends there with Nidoking and Shiftry, but I'm always breaking for an Alola Marowak if I can get it done. And then of course we've already talked Darkrai and Thundurus up there in T5 raids.
No, overall, it's not like a crazy list. I think probably Alolan Grimer is something that's really going to catch people's eye because it's so Alolan Muck is just so good in Ultra League. That was a really just a staple of that one. So I think that one's happening. Trubbish purely for Pokedex reasons. A lot of shiny hunting in that second tier, almost exclusively a shiny hunt, I think, in that second tier. But
is fine and honestly a good way to get tier 2 to relevance. The other thing with I just want to say with we've talked about Alolan Grimer and Alolan or specifically Alolan Muck and Ultra League. It was a conversation I was having today with, I think I have to check the email. I'm pretty sure it was Amanda. Yeah, it was Amanda for sure. Responding and talking about Master League and how that kind of adds value to certain Pokemon. I think Ultra League and the requirement for Ultra League is a great example of here's a Pokemon, Alolan Muck, that nobody cares about, but now all of a sudden it has value.
absolutely.
And both with the raids and then the PvP and then the rocket boss system, there's just so many more ways for your Pokemon to have value and for you to be excited about getting a Pokemon that's just so much better than, hey, these are the 6 Pokemon I used to slam into raid bosses. Anything other than this is for the decks or nothing.
I completely agree with that. That is, yes, that is 100%
I wanted to make last week
the
when you were
virtue.
replacing me.
Well, yeah, but you better just figure out your IT situation, man. Gotta lock it up.
Yeah, next week I'm gonna record I'm gonna record in Morse code and have to mail it to you.
I've long said, well, we could do like that one episode where I just had a conversation with your recording, and I think permanently lost a piece of my sanity, which was just
I still can't. We just wouldn't have had a show if it was up to me. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's bad. I don't know what we were thinking on that one. BB, just in terms of like tier 2, this one reminded me, Sneasel up in tier 2. BB sent me a picture of 2 Sneasel fighting, and since they're both using Gray Shark,
yeah, I saw this.
it just looks like a snowball fight. We retweeted it.
Yeah.
And it is great fun. I
Somebody,
just like
he was saying that
it.
he wanted to get it with the ice background, so it's just ridiculous looking.
Oh, that would be really fun. It does look like a snowball fight. Shouts to our Twitter account. Ken from Lured Up has been shaming us about our tweeting. So I think we've made a really consistent effort to get back up and actively tweeting and it's been a lot of fun interacting on Twitter.
I'm seeing a lot of really cool stuff. So if you guys, you can follow us at Pokemon Go _radio. We're always tweeting stuff out. If you're like, that sounds fun, but I don't have a Twitter, just make a Twitter, and it's fun enough.
It's very important.
For
just as
Twitter is the only purpose it serves is for Pokemon. It might as well be
100%
Pokemon Go app.
As soon as someone expresses opinion beyond Pokemon, if they're like, hey, let me talk to you about politics, you just block them and fake your own death. Like, that's the only thing you should do on Twitter. You should just be like, oh, I'm dead. And then they'll never talk to you about politics.
Well, I mean, you can talk,
and
I want
the future
people,
or coronavirus.
I like for people to have very strong opinions about very unimportant things on Twitter. That's my personal favorite use.
No, I prefer actually if they have very strong opinions about very important things about which they know very little about. That's, I think, the holy trinity.
That's ideal.
Of social media. And I'm the first person to ever make that observation, Salt, so that's a hot take right there.
Hot take.
So hot.
I'm having some hot takes about these Team Rocket Go weekends right here. I'm actually really excited about this. Sexy little event right here.
It's a sneaky little event.
I was like, what is going on? just all these noxious Pokemon have been released out in the world. So you've got Team Go Rocket and their ilk, their Pokemon are appearing in the wild from March
Brood.
6th at 8 a.m. through March 9th, so this weekend. And then from Saturday 2 to 5 local time, you're going to have a Team Rocket global takeover. We've had one of these before where just a lot of stops and bosses and just a big level of activity. But do you want to walk us in, like, what Pokemon are Team Go Rocket?
So this is really about a kind of general rocket theme spawn. There's a couple of things that are like I don't want to bury them because there's one thing in particular that really this is all about, but we'll get to that in a second. So you obviously have your rocket spawns happening in the wild. I'm not seeing on the infographic, but I would definitely say Wobbuffet has been in effect
Oh,
for me. I've
everywhere
seen so
Wobbuffet.
many Wobbuffet. But you're seeing your Trubbish, your Skorupi, your Coughing, your
It's Scorpion
Grimer.
again.
I'm never going to say that. The Absol out in the wild for the first time, I believe. So it's been really
Outside of like GoFest.
that's mainly what you're seeing, and I
I'm
think
seeing
that's
a
really
lot
cool.
of Zubat too, which I didn't really appreciate how little I saw Zubat
Oh, yeah.
until this weekend. And we talked about Zubat is a clutch pick in a lot of great Battle League metas.
Absolutely.
I was
I
hunting.
took my Golbat into was it the Fusion Cup that we just had?
Yeah.
No, Rose Cup. I took my Golbat into the Rose Cup, and it did some work for me with that bite and that Shadow Ball. The interesting the shiny models for Skorupi and Drapion. Drapion are out there. They're kind of sunburnt. I like.
Is that not what
those.
we're talking about? Is that not what this event is all about?
Not all about that shiny.
Oh, that is a dynamite looking shiny.
It is a really good one. Though honestly, I have to give it up. It loses a little bit of luster when it evolves. I think honestly.
I don't know. I think Drapion looks mean. And there you're talking, boom, another Pokemon with a lot of PvP relevance. Drapion is really good depending on the meta, and just such a cool, unique Pokemon. Like, I want to use Drapion. Just give me
I still
half.
haven't yet.
You know those Pokemon that are just so cool. You're like, I just need half a reason to use it and power it up. And I don't even care if it's meta. I just want to use it.
I want my goal in life is to hit someone with a sneaky Drapion Surf. Like that's what I want to do to somebody where they're like, "Wait, what?" And it's just
that's how I felt with the Golbat Shadow Ball. I was
Yeah.
just sitting there with my Alolan Marowak, and then somebody just one shot it. It was the Fighting Gobbler. Just one shot it, and I was like, "Hey, did you know Golbat has Shadow Ball?"
Yeah, it's bad. Well, the other thing, right, with this event is obviously you get more rocket stuff going on. The leaders are spawning more. The grunts are spawning more. 2 mysterious components, which I think that cannot be underrated because trying to collect 6 of these things on just any old day, like that is not something you can just, unless you're in a major city where you can just walk endlessly for stops, it's not easy just to pick up 6 rocket grunts, like grind them out in 10 minutes. You just can't do that. So I like the fact that they're thinking about, okay, if we're going to make it all about the rocket stuff, like you got to be able to actually get the components to do the thing.
Agreed, and that is definitely more than a bit of a chore sometimes when you're on this rocket grind, just trying to find a stop that's been rocket taken over. I'm just gonna slaughter you, Benjamin, or whatever your name is, before you ran all the way from home and joined the circus. Now give me your components.
Benjamin, is that?
Yeah, because I imagine all. Oh, sorry. I guess not everybody lives inside my head. All Team Rocket Go members are spoiled brats that ran away from home because they thought they were so smart and cool and good trainers, and nobody appreciated them.
That actually makes an incredible amount of sense right now. I feel like that's
you can pick it up in all my Team Rocket Go fanfic, I guess, that I'm working on.
just in your own head. Well, let's cut to the
That's where I'm.
prime.
You can do local publishing now. It's fine.
Oh yeah, it's legit. The big thing is the invasion that happens, right? So that was on March. Actually, it just wrapped up for me. It was 2 to 5 local time where we had this popping off, and critically important, during that 3-hour window, you could use a TM to frustration away a Shadow Pokemon's move. So finally, you could get rid of that frustration off your Pokemon. This was something that was critical. I know a lot of people are really hoping they could have done this for a lot of different Pokemon that were quote-unquote useless Shadow Pokemon. Really, I think that was needed, and I think will come again.
So is it because you're sitting there and you're rolling around on the perfect PvP or better PvP IVs, and you don't want to purify it because it's going to make the IVs worse, but you don't want frustration? What's the problem? What's the benefit here? What am I not seeing?
Well, let's talk a little bit about the changes that we've made to Shadow Pokemon here in a second, but I think a lot of it is just about a general commitment to say, like, this is a shadow Pokemon. I want to use this shadow Pokemon, but over and over again, like the amount of Stardust it takes to power it up and unlock charge moves and all these things are just like, don't use shadow Pokemon. You're not allowed to use shadow Pokemon. Shadow Pokemon are bad. The biggest sticking point, which makes a Pokemon obviously useless, is the move, right? You got a bad move, you got a bad Pokemon. And not being able to TM away frustration was, I'm sorry, Salt, I'm going to do it. It was frustrating for a lot of people. So this is good.
I thought you were gonna, dude. You're not as good as comedy as I. What you should have done was, I'm gonna do it. Irksome.
Oh, that
It would
would
have been so much more funny.
I apologize to everyone that I missed that opportunity. But the big announcement that kind of preceded this whole thing was the change to Shadow Pokemon themselves. They now function differently, right? So the thinking is, okay, how can we make Shadow Pokemon different? Let's do something. Let's make a change. And now Shadow Pokemon have 20% stronger attack and 20% lower defense. So now these things are more just as a base for all Shadow Pokemon, more glass cannony. Hit harder, get hit harder. I think that is such an interesting change.
Yeah, and honestly, it's gonna do. Is this confirmed gonna take effect in PvP?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this is just the math and just all the variables that you're about to have to account for just blows my mind.
I'm just imagining like all the like Hero Vange and other YouTubers who are running the simulations just being like, another button I gotta press before
Another
we can
radial
do
button
this
to click.
Yeah, it's like, well, they win the mirror match, but not against the Shadow, but do against the Shadow. So I don't want to pretend like I have run those numbers and know what this is going to be, but 20% in both directions is substantial, right? Like we're talking
a minor tweak.
Yeah. Like think like I don't have the proportions rigged up, but like going from Mewtwo to Armored Mewtwo and saying like, yeah, it's the same Pokemon, but fundamentally it is a different Pokemon because its stats are so changed, right? And 20% in both directions really does that as well. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be interesting to see the way it affects the Toxic Cup. I know Sylph has started to do some research. I hope, and I know a lot of people were saying off the bat,
man.
like, this is too much. I think like we'll hopefully get some tweaking here and there from Niantic, but like Shadow Pokemon should be different.
Agreed. It's not. It shouldn't just be cosmetic. And I don't know if
Absolutely.
we're gonna land on 20% being ideal and perfect. But man, just think about how it affects the way you shield, the way you move. If a Pokemon, if you're sitting there and you just have big moves, whereas opposed to like you charming something down. Like if I had something that was even neutral damage against my Togekiss or something like that, charm Shadow Pokemon to death. That thing isn't going to make it to its second charge move, as opposed to something that is a little bit more tanky off the bat that can sit there and I'm just crushing shields. Like imagine a Shadow Giratina.
Yeah.
I'll do that. Yeah, that's not a problem for me. 20% more attack while I'm just sitting there Shadow Clawing, just ripping you apart, and I'll take your 2 shields down, and that final one is just gonna murk you.
It will be really interesting to see how this impacts tanky Pokemon specifically, because I'll think like, yeah, give my Snorlax 20% more attack. I'll just eat the damage. Maybe. I mean, the possibilities this could open up are really exciting.
Yeah, and then there's some Pokemon where 20% less defense on them, they're not even gonna make it to their first charge move if they're sitting on a super effective like Razor Leaf or for something like that. But very interesting, very exciting. I'm excited to see how this plays out.
Me too. I think it's going to be really a lot of fun. Anything you want to do about the special research? I guess the event is going to go up until Monday, so we've got a little bit more time to play with it. Yeah, I mean, I'm interested. I would suspect if you had to think about like when that frustration TM window, when will that open back up again?
I think we might be seeing Go Rocket takeovers, maybe not monthly, but close to monthly.
When was the last one? I feel
it's
like
been
that
a
long
couple
ago.
I think it's been a couple months.
Yeah, but not that long ago. Was it
maybe
I think
quarterly?
Yeah, that'd be all right. I think it was last year after the function was released. I think maybe like a month after that. I know there was like weird posters in New York and stuff. I can't exactly remember, but like the fact that we've already had 2 since they've done it makes me think like if you've got that Shadow Pokemon and it's stuck with frustration, just like we do with Community Day Pokemon,
You hold
wait.
on to them. Yeah.
We wait until December for the Community Day Pokemon. I don't think we'll have to wait a whole year for these Shadow frustration things, but like, don't get rid of it because it'll come off eventually.
Yeah, I'm excited. Okay, what else we got?
Cool. Let's talk a little about the leaders. Anything in here that out of these lineups look particularly imposing, since a lot of folks are out there battling? Sierra to me is still just like easily the easiest. That Beldum is just tickles, man. It's no
Yeah,
not
that's
a
not
problem.
even a problem. No. It's depending on the lineup there for Arlo and Cliff, it can be problematic. I know that Pinsir is giving people quite a bit of problems, just because it's just bugs. So you're pretty much going to need. I mean, what are you going to use? A flying Pokemon? You're pretty much going to need fire, and then you're potentially running right into something like an Amistar, where it's just going to get you. So you're forcing your switch in.
Well, the nice thing about Cliff is like grass Pokemon really can do some work there for you after you get past the Pinsir.
Yeah.
Grass is a good pick for everything in the second tier, and
Any-
obviously against
any
Swampert and
Pokemon-
Tyranitar.
Yeah, anytime you can find a leader with a Pokemon that has double weakness, I'm talking about like your Tyranitar, your Dragonite, your Sizer, that's something you just have to take advantage of.
Yeah. And so I know every time I go out and do community day or something like that, and maybe some people that listen to this podcast struggle against beating these people. So if you're one of those people who's like, whoa, they're so easy. Okay, that's fine. But some people do struggle against them. I find that usually it takes me, sometimes I just run right through them if I get a good guess about what they're going to use. But most of the time, I have to do at least 2 matches to figure out what Pokemon they are using so I can pick my team effectively. I know GoHub always is updating the guides, the user guides against these trainers or these rocket leaders, these scum, these villains, over and over again. So check those articles out, kind of use those to skill up and do what you got to do to get good. Because yeah, I'm after that shiny Entei. I think I'm actually on the Giovanni step right now, so I plan on bagging me at least one shiny Shadow Entei. That'd be pretty nice.
Oh my god, I'm
Fire
just
Galgo.
scrolling through the notes. There's so much to talk about.
Yeah.
Um,
What else? What else do you want to talk about? Oh,
okay.
Let's talk. Go Battle League.
Go Battle League. Oh, and the celebration stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, wait, which part are you on?
I'm on the E-Note, but I'm specifically talking about the fabulous end of the Master League and the return of all the leagues.
That,
Hooray!
Yes. I tweeted the other day about this. I was beginning to worry about how bad I was at PvP, and then
No, you're still bad though.
we went to the Great League, and I just smoked like 8 people in a row. I'm like, oh, okay, I feel better now.
So if you don't know, right, this is all sort of the build-up between Season 1. So everything we've done in Go Battle League so far has been sort of preseason, hasn't gotten started, and we're about to have Season 1 here launch on March 13th. Very
I believe
exciting.
that is the season of The Witch
I believe it is
with
the
Ron
season of the
Perlman
Witch.
and Nicolas Cage.
Have you seen that movie?
No, I have not.
I have seen the whole thing because I was in an apartment. I was the last person to leave the apartment, and all the internet was turned off, and all we had was like the bootleg red box in the lobby. Anyway, so I watched that whole movie. Turns out, Salt, it's terrible.
Wow. Hot
Yeah,
take.
I know. Who wouldn't have expected?
Who could have
actually
known?
Worse than you would even imagine. It is. Wow,
I've
it's
seen
real bad.
The Last Witch Hunter with Vin Diesel.
How was that?
Better than you would imagine.
Yeah, it would have to be because that was based off his literal Dungeons and Dragons character. Because if you don't know this, Vin Diesel is a big old nerd.
Yep.
Hey,
Big old
family.
Mr. Clean looking nerd.
I'm gonna do the family. Family.
Okay, what else you want to talk about? Go Battle League.
I want to talk about how the sort of let's rejoice in the fact that up until Season 1 starts for the next several days here, we have the opportunity of going Great, Ultra, or Master League. So being able to pick your poison, that's been fun.
That's been, yeah. I might even, my next set, because I think I've got 2 of them keyed up right now, I might even dip my toe back into Ultra just to see.
I haven't got your take on Ultra since it wrapped back up. I really like the Ultra League, it turns out.
I
really
liked
wrong
it
about
once I got my team set up. I liked it quite a bit.
What team would you end up really locking down on for that?
I was rolling with a Articuno, a Giratina, and who is my third? Give me a second here. Kangaskhan.
Oh, that's right. Still the weird Kangaskhan. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you using right now for the?
Confusing people.
What are you using for the Great League?
Oh, I'm still going Azumarill as my lead, and then I've got Metawak and Altaria in the back.
Yeah, I'm same, but I'm leading with Altaria, but that's not doing me well right now. So I think I'm probably going to switch that team up. But let's talk about the opportunities we have for switching that up because as I think a very astute way to get people excited about the coming of season 1, Niantic is like, hey, let's get you some access to the Pokemon that you just got absolutely trolled in the face with for the first go around. So if you're like, I didn't have that, now you can go get it.
Yeah, that is really exciting. So raids are going to have a Go Battle League theme to them. So you're talking about, you got your Shieldon, your Skarmory, your Swampert, your Cresselia, and your Registeel, and more, they say. So I don't know what else is more, but that. I mean, just think about that. Cresselia, Registeel, these are legendaries that are just going to be back in raids. Assumably Swampert will have Hydro Cannon. I would bet if you're just dying, I would go check like Twitter to make sure to see if other people have done Swampert raids, but I think for sure
they're
it's
not
going to have
start
Hydro
until the
Cannon.
10th. This is going to pop up the 10th through the 12th. So it's Tuesday and Thursday this week.
That's what I'm saying. If you see a Swampert, you don't want to spend your pass
on it. In the
future,
check Twitter.
Yeah, exactly. I would check Twitter. If you're sitting there next to the gym and you're like, let's just check it real quick. But it's going to have Hydro Cannon.
Yeah.
That's wild, man. What do you think?
I think it's really good. I like the fact that they're kind of letting people get geared up. I think that's really, really smart. And the fact that it's like all the hits from the Great League specifically, where we'll start for season 1, that makes a lot of sense. I really like that. So that's just good thinking. It's just a good progression. And then we've also next weekend. So if you think about like just what we have in front of us for this week, we've got that happening through the middle of the week. And then we're going to roll right into the Giratina weekend. But it's not just about Giratina, though that will be a big factor in the Ultra League and how it impacts the Go Battle League. We've also got Timber hanging out. There's going to be a lot more fighting Pokemon. You sort of think about like fighting Go Battle League, kind of some synergy there.
No, that's not what it's
Shiny
about.
Timber.
It's about being able to kill Giratina. Oh, wait, no, that's stupid. It's the other way around. My bad.
Oh, we should do a type quiz, you big old noob. You gonna take the Timber to a Ghost Dragon fight, Salt?
Yeah, I will.
You gonna whack the Ghost Devil with the
giant concrete slab things?
He could do it. He could cheat.
Richard's dude, what?
Why?
We could bring weapons.
What would Giratina's weapon of choice be?
I mean, people would think a scythe, but it's the Pokemon Devil, so a gun.
Oh, that's true. Just straight up efficient. I think the Giratina would cheat because it's the Pokemon Devil. Bring another Giratina.
And that Giratina has a gun.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, come on, man. What's happening here?
The Giratina didn't even kill me. He brought another Giratina that had a gun.
Just aced me with this freaking... Jeez, come on. So this is an interesting... What do you think about...
The laziest Pokemon.
It's unusual for us to get a shiny maybe this close to release. Like, why do you think they're going shiny Timber right out the gate?
Oh, I think Conkeldurr is a popular Pokemon, and they like to have a thing, a shiny thing, especially with these events. And I think Timber will definitely do it for people.
Yeah. What do you think about the fact that during this kind of opening weekend, you're going to be able to do 7 battles instead of the standard 5?
I still won't get to that many. So it's fine.
Good. I wonder if they'll adjust the rewards. Like, so, if you're not doing premium, you'll have to win 4. With 7, it's a lot easier to get to 4 for that little delicious Pokemon treat.
Yeah, I wonder what I don't know what the next 3. I assume there's gonna be 3 more rewards. Yeah, just more Stardust. Probably.
No, I bet they keep it the same, and like you just get more bites at the apple, more chances
I bet
to win.
I think there's gonna be. So if you go 5-0, and then you win the 6th, it's like thanks for playing. No rewards.
I mean,
I bet we'll see more. I bet you will see another little leapfrog of Stardust, Rare Candy, Spawn.
So you get maximum. I think I'm reading it the wrong way. You 7 sets instead of 5. I think that means you can do it 7 times
that's
that
way more.
day.
Yeah, sorry, that's way more logical.
Yeah, so you can do the 7.
That's what I originally thought. I was like, I'm still not going to be able to do that many sets.
How are you going to be able to? Yeah, how are you going to be able? If I unlock from 0 to nothing in the bank, if I unlock 15 matches or 3 sets in a day, I'm like, dang, that's pretty good. The idea that I'm just
no
gonna,
kidding.
I think you just have to be like a letter carrier, like Wolfie, and just like run forever to get that many unlocked That'd be
Well,
kind of
Ken is very committed to doing his 15K a day.
dang Ken.
Yeah.
Getting after it. I'm not.
So I'm answering
I'm
morale
too
texts
lazy.
right now.
What are you answering on? Morale texts?
Yeah, people are like, "What are we doing tonight?" I'm like,
Tell them no, Salt.
hanging
Set
out with my
that-
wife, recording a. Oh, I
set
can't wait.
that up.
We'll see how far into Captain Summer Camp I can get before or Captain
So
Camp
they're
before
also
people realize I have a Pokemon podcast.
the whole thing. I'm gonna go there.
No,
to
because
Montgomery and blow
other
up your
people that
spot.
I'm there with know this information already.
Yeah, they're gonna blackmail you with it. One thing that I think is interesting is you're gonna receive a premium battle pass when you win all 5 battles on the premium track. So it's kind of like you get your money back if you win all 5. Good luck.
Go for the push.
That's cool. But what? Let's see. Trying to think if there's anything else for this Go Battle League. There's just so much stuff happening with both these little like precursor events. I feel like we're gonna miss stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
What are you going to? Are you going to? Well, actually, let's do one more thing about the Go Battle League because I don't know when else we'll talk about it. So I was looking at my phone this week, and all of a sudden I'm like, is that a legendary Pokemon and Go Battle League rewards? Like, what's going on? How do you feel about that happening all of a sudden?
I'm fine with it. I really am. It's honestly, it's more difficult to win 5 PvP matches than it or 4 PvP matches than it is to do a legendary raid anyway.
I'm happy for it actually because the more and the fact that it's current, that was the thing. Like seeing Thunderous pop up was really surprising. I thought they would. I would imagine it would be perfectly normal or consistent to see old stuff, but new stuff that was surprising.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if anything, I'm more happy with them getting Thunderous because Thunderous is not Lugia, is not some Cresselia is not Darkrai, is not anything cool. So it's kind of like, hey, I hope I get one because then it'd be like, oh yeah, cool. Now I don't have to do that stupid raid.
Well, I kind of was sitting there thinking like, okay, I can. It's rare for me to win 4, and it's a pool of Pokemon, so you're not guaranteed the Thunderous that you might want. So I'm thinking, okay, it's rare for me to get to 4 wins. I mean, I can do it in the Great League and the Ultra League pretty consistently, but it did make me think, okay, well, I'm going to go spend $1 for a Thunderous raid, or I could just spend $1 right here, do this premium, guaranteed I'm going to win too, unless I just like someone takes my phone and throws it out the window. So I'm kind of tempted. Tell me I'm wrong here. Am I sellout if I just start rolling the slot machines? Is that what you do?
Well, because I'm not going to spend $1. I'm going to spend a free pass.
You can't. Oh well, at the raid you can.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So no, I won't.
But my thing is, Salt. Here's the thing. I'm lazy.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I
could
do
sit
understand
here
that.
And I could get it right now. See, I want it right now.
Right
And
now?
I'm lazy.
Well, we don't have that much time left, so we've got to get through the data mining stuff real quick.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so we're not going to go in through everything that was data mined out. So spoilers, again, normal disclaimer for data mining stuff. We did not do this data mining. Yeah, it is who actually did this one? Oh, Poke Miners. Is that the New Canada folks? Is that them? Poke Miners?
I think it is. Pokemoners is doing really good stuff. They're getting deep.
But breaks terms of service. Don't do it. But we're going to talk about it. Yeah, the potentially some more community day voting out there in the future.
I saw that.
Yeah. So your April May slot. So your vote and then your actual execute. Do you want to go through? It's
let's do the 4 big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like let's talk about just we won't like go through the dates. Like this is just basically like the next 4 blocks of Pokemon, and then let's just say who we'd vote for. So the first block: Ghastly, Sandshrew, Squirtle, Weedle.
Who's voting for Squirtle? What? It's Ghastly.
I don't know. Hydro Cannon's pretty good.
Yeah, but
honestly,
everybody has
Sandshrew,
it
though. Actually, I'm voting Sandshrew. Sandshrew all the way. That shiny is too good.
Also, if you get my friend
Lightning.
Vice is here. You might get a Lowland Sandshrew as well.
That's true.
Okay, we're gonna have to be faster.
Caterpie, Charmander, Grimer, Porygon.
Grimer.
Yeah, Grimer's too good.
Okay, keep going for a little bit. I'll be back.
Oh my goodness, you're ridiculous. Next one, I think this one's a little bit more difficult. We've got Bulbasaur, Execute, Magikarp, and Starly. Honestly, I kind of want that Magikarp just because I've never caught in a wild one, but that still doesn't feel like I've fully earned it. I've got one through a trade from DeFi, but I don't think I've earned it that way. So that one is a little bit of a mixed bucket for me, but I mean, there's no super big booby prizes on these. let us know what you guys think about the voting mechanic for Community Day. Anyway, it looks like based on Abra, they're going to break the pattern of starter something. So if they go for this voting model, I'm not mad about it. I think it's actually kind of a fun thing. It obviously gets people talking, gets social media up in arms. So let us know what you guys think. Out of these 3 packets of 4 Pokemon, who would you pick? Is there a dud? What do you want? That's Pokemon Go _radio. Let us know. I think there might be some Poll Tuesdays coming out about these. I might bring back the old Poll Tuesday. The big one that I'm really excited about in the data mining, and it should be no surprise to anybody, is, is it Gigasect? I've always said Gigasect, but now I'm reading it wrong, and there's no Salt here to correct me, and I'm self-conscious now. Either way, this gigantic bug legendary Pokemon is beautiful and purple, and I think it's got a giant gun on its back, and I love everything about it. I never thought, did I ever think we'd get this far? Did I ever think we'd go full Gigasect? I don't know, but I want it. I've never caught it. I never played Gen 5. I want it real bad and keep it in my Pokemon. And finally, Bagel and all the bug Pokemon can get some love for the first time ever.
I'm back.
Perfect timing. I just finished that last point and definitely didn't sit here for 5 minutes wondering where the hell you were.
Oh, wait. Are you there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
The computer has locked out, so I got to go get my father-in-law to unlock it for me.
Well, this is a fun adventure we have going this week.
You just keep going, buddy.
This is a professional operation.
You just keep going, buddy. Are you not keep it going?
No. I stopped talking like 5 minutes ago.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, you've been gone for like 10 minutes.
I have not been gone 10 minutes.
I'm looking at a timer.
All right, give me a second.
You forget that part. Okay, to be fair, it was like 6 minutes. Let's talk about Abra. You ready to jump into Abra QA?
Do it. Yep.
Can you admit, Salt, that I am basically psychic now?
I can admit that, but I don't want to admit that.
But I won't.
I think Psystrike probably.
2 spoons for the special move.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Psystrike? I don't know. That's kind of Mewtwo's game.
Yeah, maybe Synchronize. I don't know. What telekinesis? What are you thinking?
I really don't know. An extra strong psychic. Honestly, you know what would actually be kind of fun for this one? I think Alakazam could really benefit from something that would add bulk. So maybe it'll be a brand new move that just really consistently ups the defense.
That would be really interesting, but I don't think... Man, I don't know. That would be really interesting if they went that direction.
I like that because it kind of compensates for the difficulties or the main... Like when you think Glass Cannon, what do you think? You think Alakazam, right?
Yeah, the poster child of Glass Cannons.
Spin that around, and I'm not saying we have to make him a tank or anything, but just you sacrifice... It's maybe like it's not a very... Maybe it's even a bad charge move in terms of damage, but all of a sudden... You launch that one time, 100% guaranteed, maybe like 2 stages of defense, and now we're doing stuff.
Yeah, very little damage, but you can move it up. I think 2 stages, you definitely
need to survive.
It'd be a 2-bar for sure.
Well, yeah, but then by the time you like Alakazam survives to get you enough energy to get to the 2-bar, then you're
pretty
like
much dead.
Yeah, so balancing that kind of strategy might be difficult, but I like the idea of it. How exactly they would execute might be difficult. But it's actually, we'll find out next week, I guess. We'll find out in a few days what the special move is because this is Sunday, March 15th.
Yeah, I know. It's coming up quick. Let's, do you have anything you need to talk about the Toxic Cup meta?
I do not, other than I finally got enough candy to evolve my Galvantula. So I'm really excited about that. That one's getting a little bit of love. Still haven't pulled the trigger on the Wormadam. Pink Wormadam, Trash Wormadam.
Expensive.
Oh, yeah. Have you got any... So those 2, I've seen those get a lot of love. They're obviously not my picks. I'm stealing them straight from the meta playbook. But what about you? Anything you're leaning towards using?
No, I got a Gaslight that's like ranked PvP 35. I might pull the trigger on that Haunter just to finally make one because I know I'll probably use it again. But another Pokemon that we talked about earlier, Drapion, another Pokemon that's getting a little love. Toxicroak is another one that I've just always wanted to make. I just don't have a good PvP one.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I think the Toxic Cup is going to be a pretty interesting.
Oh, and then Babarrel. I have a good Babarel I might make.
I already have one, and I love the fact that this Pokemon is good again.
So funny.
Bidoof is Bay, and it's back, man. I thought after the Ferocious Cup we'd never see Babarrel again, but Here, just a
Oh, and then
scant,
obviously you'll be using your fortress.
a scant few. Oh, yeah, super gonna use it.
Mom, they
Can't
got
wait.
away time.
Use it to wipe my butt. Nailed
Can
it.
you see the
Salt.
notes, or do I get to read it?
You get to read it. I did so
Okay.
much talking while you're gone. It made me sad. Presumably everyone else sad. There's no way to know.
This week it actually goes out to Tangle of Tonks. I'm gonna be honest, Tonks. I didn't know which category to put this in, so I'm gonna read it. Just it's a little bit of a humble brag. As you know, baby Piplup joined our family back in October, and one night after she was born, I was up with her and noticed a shadow on my radar, a dino.
Nope.
I
you had
convinced
it.
myself. A dino? Yeah,
I know.
did.
I always correct.
Fine.
Remember Eins?
Yeah,
Vine?
dino. I convinced myself that another one would come along, and I would just let that one go. It would be crazy.
No.
It would be a crazy for me to run out of my house in the middle of the night. Fast forward to now, another dino has come along, and I'm quite grumpy about it. I warned my husband that if another one showed up on my radar, I didn't care what time, day or night it was, I was going to get it. Last night, that moment had come. It was 3 a.m., and I saw a cute little shadow on my radar. I finished caring for Piplup, put her down, and proceeded to sneak out of the house again like I was 16, although this time through the front door, presumably as she owns that front door. I drove 3 minutes to the
And
nearest
presumably
Pokestop.
this time, no chance of getting pregnant. Whereas before,
Also-
big scary thing. Because teenagers, this is true, Salt, very stupid.
That is 100% true. I drove
Unless you're a
3
teenager
minutes.
listening to this podcast, then genius.
I drove
Just
3
kidding.
minutes to the Pokestop, and the Pokemon popped up on the screen, but it was green. Why was it green? Then the reality set in. It was 3 a.m. and I'd left my house for an Axew, not a Dino. Granted, it is a rare Pokemon and one that I didn't have yet, but I was so excited that I thought my quest for the little blue dinosaur was over and that I could stop kicking myself for not chasing one months ago. Hopefully, I'll be writing another email about my dino soon, but I got a Mon that got away instead of a catch of the week. I personally would rather have an Axew. I don't know about you.
Maybe that's just because I already have one, but yeah, I'm calling boo-hoo for Tangle of Tonks on this one.
That's what
man.
I'm saying.
I only got another super rare awesome Pokemon. I wanted the other super rare awesome Pokemon.
Okay, what was your
Humble
Mon that
brag.
got away?
I think I'll make this one. Yeah, I'll make this one my Mon that got away. So if you guys have been following us on Twitter this week, I've launched wave after wave of 7K eggs, hoping to get a really good one of the new fossils for Gen 5. I've only gotten one, so that's been a little disappointing. And my latest chagrin was a whole batch of 7K eggs, but after they put in the party hat Pokemon, the good news is in one foul swoop, I got all 3 at once of the party hat Pokemon.
Oh, I straight up transferred a Party Hat Bulbasaur. I'm like, I don't want this.
I've got 3 of them in that one swoop, and then I got a couple Aerodactyls. Anyway, basically, I just gave up on the fossils at that point because I'm like, I'm not doing like it's good. Everybody's got a party hat. That's great. That's fine. That's fun. But I'm not kicking myself on these fossils anymore. That ship has sailed. So that was tough. I hatched a lot of eggs with very little reward, or at least the reward that I wanted.
My Mon that got away was I only got 2 Trubbish today. I needed 4 to be able to evolve it.
Trubbish.
I do. There's something about that Pokemon. I just think it's kind of cute.
I think it is cute, but I feel like if you know how like I don't know why,
It would
but
be
everyone
sticky.
knows what it feels like to kick a trash bag. You know, like it's a little scary because you don't know what's in there and it's disjointed.
Oh, and then it bites your toe. You're like,
I feel like it would be like kicking a trash bag. I also read on the internet that if you look at anything, your tongue immediately knows what it would feel like. Isn't that weird?
Oh
Look
my
at something.
god.
Yeah. Now think about that for maybe the rest of your life. The catch of the week. Michael presumably also has a tongue that knows how things feel. That was weird. Maybe Vidant will cut that. Maybe he won't. We'll find out. I had to share this one with you. I was checking the news updates and noticed that some legendary mythical Pokemon would be really rarely available.
There he goes.
It's hard when they put it in all caps, Salt. In Go Battle League for trainers with a rank of 4 and above, I thought to myself that with my luck, I will never be one of them. And then it happened. Out came this dark monster of a beast. Throw after throw, no go. Used up all my Ultra Balls, over 30, and onto at least 15 Great Balls. All berries, but silver Pineapps. Not looking good. 1 shake, 2 shake, 3. How on earth? Snap finally. I caught it. Dex. Not only a Dex catch, but 100%. So that's really incredible. In terms
Sorry,
of,
everybody. Nar briefly forgot how to read English during that for some reason.
I'm just completely stuck. How did it take 45 balls to catch this thing, Salt? Was this the
I'm not
unluckiest?
sure. Pokemon Grim Reaper did not want to come home with Michael.
Michael, do you have terrible aim? Is that also, were these all connections, or did you just throw 30 Ultra Balls into the ground?
Maybe he was just so terrified.
Maybe.
He's just so scared of Pokemon Devil.
Oh, no, it's not the Pokemon Devil.
Pokemon Grim Reaper, sorry.
Anyway, I really would love 100% one of them, so mucho jealous on that. Mucho jealous.
What is your catch of the week?
Oh, no, Salt. It's time to get your weekly medicine. 75.
69, which I feel like automatically qualifies me for winning.
But it doesn't, though, Salt. And I think the longer this goes on, the longer we can't stand your, oh, but you win. I'm getting to the most of them, Salt. I'm on
You are
top.
not getting to the most of them. You've won 3 times.
No, I've won like 5 times. I'm getting higher, and you're standing still, Salt. I'm just saying. Eventually,
I'm doing important work for the government.
Is that what's happening?
That is what's happening.
You've told me off air.
involves
You've
grilling.
assured me that is not the case.
It's 100% not the
Are you
case.
texting people about getting drunk right now?
Yeah.
Also,
It's called networking. You don't know. You don't know
leadership.
anything.
It's team building.
Peer-to-peer leadership when I roast people in Mario Kart and then yell at them.
That seems completely reasonable. Oh, you could do like our older brother Gary and slap the controller out of people's hands and say,
Jack mode.
Jack
That's
mode.
what that was, Jack mode.
You have a red turtle shell. Gary has Jack mode. Very strong counter.
He's much bigger than you.
True. And
All right, what's
angry
your
for
catch
some
of the week?
reason. My catch of the week is
See if
going
you
to
can
be...
get it in under 3 minutes.
No, I got it easy. I told you already. It's the Galvantula. I have been on a little bit of a tear for the hatching of those. I hatched
Oh, it sounds like they're having so much fun in the other room.
Oh, can you hear Shuckle?
No, I can hear like the party happening.
Oh, I just heard Shuckle like do a wolf wail, and I'm like, he's probably fine.
That's fine.
My Galvantula, I hatched one a couple of weeks ago, and I was just like that 15 away, where I'm like, I'm not quite like within buddy striking distance, but if I can only hatch, and boom, this week I hatched one more. Couldn't be timed better. It's got about 83% PvP IVs. I don't know what rank it is. I'll look into that, but it's not the worst. And that's good enough for me and the good old Toxic Cup, because I really want to use
government work.
I just like this little. I just am fascinated. Bug Electric. It has captivated me. It looks.
Yeah, it's just super cool.
You know how you say about Drapion? Like that's a Pokemon that you just want to use. I feel the same way about this particular Pokemon. So I'm gonna use it probably. Heads up, PGRL. I'm coming at you with my Thunder Spider.
My catch of the week was indirectly the return of the Great League, because the first I was like halfway through a set, and then it came back, and I had lost 2 in the Master League, and then it switched over to Great League when I don't know, I went to work or something like that. I was like, I'll take care of the rest of these matches when I get home. And then of course I won 3 in a row, and then I came back, and then I won 4 out of my next 5 in the Great League, and a Dino popped up, and I was like, oh, that's what it's like to be able to get to this reward tier again.
And want what you get when you get there.
Yeah, I know, exactly. And it was something that I really, really like, probably wanted the most for it to pop up. I mean, just okay IVs or whatever, but still, I mean, it was so exciting and such a good fulfillment of winning those 4.
Yeah, not everything can be good, but I feel like you're legit when you win 4 out of 5, and when you get a Skarmory or a Machamp or whatever that pops out, it is demotivating.
Yeah,
it does not send me running to the premium round. It just makes me think, this is annoying.
Yeah.
I'm here for the battles. Don't get me wrong,
Skarmory is fine, but there just needs to be less booby prizes. Okay. No time for questions this week, as I got to get to the party that's happening in my I got to get to the pants party is what I'm trying to tell you. We're making ribeyes with thyme, and then Peppa's mother, what kind of seasoning? I don't have time for that, but whatever seasoning her mother is, does not like steak, so I'm doing a grilled chicken for her.
Doesn't like steak. Oh, is Pepper going to do the bougie Gordon Ramsay basting
She
thing?
is, and it's going to be so
tasty. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
For pictures of that tasty steak, you can follow us on @Pokemon Go, or follow us on Twitter @Pokemon Go_radio, and you can email us anytime at info.pokemongoradio@gmail.com. Also, the YouTube is back up and running. If you guys want to catch our episodes on YouTube, you can check them out.
Yeah,
Peppa's looking at me like I need to finish up right now.
They just automatically. You could just go. How about
YouTube?
Oh no, we got to do the thing.
That's rude.
Rude. Peppa, hold on. Put Peppa on this mic.
Okay, you gotta. He wants to talk to you.
Who? Hello.
Peppa.
Hi.
Hey, when are you gonna come on the show again? We had Walls on last week, and now everyone's like, "Where's Peppa?" I guess we just need proof of life.
I can't
Are you
wait to
still
hear
there?
what this part of the show is about next week.
I don't know. I need to build up the courage and drink a bunch of wine
That
in order
seems
to be on.
get a little wind down Wednesday is what you're saying.
Courage and wine.
I couldn't hear what he was saying because he was yelling in my ear. So
Probably for the better.
okay, bye.
Oh, already. Jeez.
Oh, stop. Nobody can hear you. Okay, I'm back.
Okay. Thank you to all our Patreon supporters. We really appreciate you guys doing that. New shows every Monday. Salt's got to go eat a steak. Fine.
Yeah.
And yeah, you gonna catch any Pokemon next week? You know, gonna
I'm thinking
Yeah.
about it. You're going to catch hands if you don't stop.
call me Gwen. I'm about to call you Gwen Stacy because you could catch these hands real bad. We'll tweet that out. We'll do
right.
something with that. Yeah. Go freaking catch them all. I said it like a question, but I didn't feel very definitive. Ooh, a Skorupi. Be shiny, be shiny,
God,
be shiny.
in
be shiny,
heaven,
be
it's a
shiny.
Scorpy.
It wasn't shiny. Maybe 'cause
Even
called it the wrong thing.
the person who mispronounces the name the second most in all of existence,
It's pretty
knows
bad.
that one is wrong.
Hey, as Poker Ranger Ian said on Facebook, don't make fun of people when they mispronounce a word. That means they learned it by reading. Salt. Stew on that one.
Yeah, no. All
That's
right, I'm going to go eat steak.
Hey, everybody, go freaking catch them all. 5-day streak.
That was the end bit. We just did the end bit.
Did we?
Yeah. The first time you said go freaking catch 'em all was the end of the show. This is the end bit.
Nah, I don't
You can
think
tell
so.
because right now we cut to silence.
Nope, I don't think so. You're on the hook for a good one. Oh, that was a bad IV one. Why is his name Ace?
Wait, no, we did the end bit.
But I don't think so.
Stop it. I'm going.
Just see how long we can make you stay here. All right, bye.
Bye.